Oh, hello, my fellow chess enthusiasts. We are back at it again with another epic and educational and a little bit sad day of chess because my old account was banned. I had a 48-hour notice. I posted it in some of my old videos. So now we are Kip314 on YouTube. Zip ties and lube is done forever. So, very, very sad. But we start at the bottom rank. Today we are facing a 1276 question mark. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. Let's just see, what can a 1200 do? That basically means he started at 1500 and lost his last game. So we're pretty much just going to bang it out. We trade off the light square bishop. We put some pawns on light squares. We go ahead, pin the knight. We're going to go. He didn't need to do that. He could have just pushed the pawn. Push the pawn. Excellent for our opponent here. Now he can jump in. So we're going to maybe make a square. Because we have quite a little bit of a time advantage. We're defending these squares with my knight, so we'll trade off with the knight. This bishop is never going to see along that diagonal, so we're just going to go here. And maybe we just make a little checkmate threat. And we jump in. Checkmate? It's not checkmate anymore, but okay. So we're gonna change the plans and probably slide over like this. Let's just take. We're officially down a pawn. That's no fun. This pawn is hanging. So what are we going to do about that? I think we're just going to try and complicate things. He's going to have basically like 3 passed pawns over here. So I think we just attack the queen. 23 seconds. He's going to have to checkmate me. This isn't going to work. I think we're going to just push a pawn. 8-second time advantage. I think we're going to be all right. We slide over here. We're just going to trade that off. If he takes for the queen, no, we are not trading queens. No. We're keeping the queens on the board. Dude's got to actually checkmate me in 10 seconds. I don't think it's possible. He needs to start advancing these pawns, and he's just neglecting to do so because he's afraid. So, you better believe I can just make a million moves. 4. Defend with the king. Okay. Now we trade the queens. Boom. Blunder. And this is officially how you win. Okay, so we were able to knock him out in the bullet. Was it convincing? No, not at all. But I got 137 elo from that. Do I dare do one more bullet and see where we can go with this? What is our opponent today? An 1800. Before a bullet game of chess, oh, he bails. Nobody wants to play people with question marks in their name. I understand. But I got YouTube in my name now, so maybe people that I play will go check out the YouTube channel. And then... Okay, 1769. Let's just go for the 4-move checkmate. New opponent. New opponent. Dude was trying to play the Sicilian. I was just making ridiculous moves. Now we're in 1970. So, we're going to get the open Sicilian on the board. I'm supposed to play this. Grandmaster. My coach Grandmaster told me. Just kidding. He's not my coach. I think we're just going to trade this off. Go here. I think I'm okay with all of this. If I take, maybe I get the chance to trade the queens. I think we're going to take. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This. Okay. Weak pawn in the center. Attack the bishop. If he stays here, he's trapped. We're going to castle long. This is defended. Don't really want all this to happen. Maybe we're just going to push this pawn forward. We attack this dude. We have ideas of doubling the rooks. We're just going to trade. He didn't need to take all that time. We're just going to take this and fix his pawn structure. But we're going to survive. Don't worry about it. We're jumping forward. We're attacking this pawn. We then attack this pawn. We're not really attacking anything. This gets him trapped. So we're going to tickle. And yet again, we're going to put some pawns blocking that light square bishop out. We're going to step back, king to the middle. I quite like the idea of putting my knight in the middle of the board over here. So we're going to take this. We're going to move that. Probably we have to pre-move taking this. Okay. Dark squares. Check. Ooh, he can get in. That's not fun. He can go here. Quite scary. Oh, That's a check. But if he takes, this pawn is unstoppable, bro. And I can get in front of yours. Okay? And he's got 2 seconds. Now I have this queen where you can pre-move easier with the queen. So if you saw, I probably stopped talking. What just happened right there was we got into a pre-move battle where we were both under like 5 seconds. Nobody's checkmating anybody, but I got the queen. And the most important thing to note in this is my pre-moves are easier. So once we got rid of this pawn is no longer really a threat. That pawn was. But we're essentially just making pre-moves here. But if you see, I start making pre-moves that move to these squares, cutting off these diagonals. And also, obviously, here, if the king ever came here. So I'm not even looking at where the enemy king is. I'm just making these pre-moves. And some of them just happen to be checks. And when you get hit with a check, if your pre-move is not a legal move, you have to actually manually move the piece, and it wastes more time than my pre-move. So that was a pre-move scrimmage right there. New opponent. What is my rating now? What is my rating now? 2031 and 1948. Let's go right on into it. Again, we have the Sicilian. Open Sicilian. Bring this. I'm just going to step back, I believe. If he pins the knight, I have to defend kind of ugly like this, and he ruins my pawn structure, but he lost his bishop. We're going to go like this. Oh, he hung the queen, and I didn't see it, and he resigned. Never resign when you make a weird move like that. Never resign. Did I see it? No. I was moving my queen. I was worried about like this type of stuff, like he could jump in or something. I don't know what I was worried about. New opponent. 2000. I'm at 2100. We're at 2100, and we're gonna face an actual 2100. Do I have what it takes? That was stupid. This line sucks. I know not to do that, and I still am making mistakes. That's how you know I'm not that good at chess. I think we're just going to take this and ruin the pawn structure. And this bishop's coming over here. This is an open file, so I want to push this because the rook can come forward and attack it in the future. We like this diagonal. He can castle. We come here. I need to castle. He can push. Yeah. We're going to go here. We're attacking this pawn. But I'm about to get annihilated. We're going to take. That was a risky move. Risky type move right there. We're going to bring the knight back. I could have traded the queens. He can hit me with this check. We go here. I don't know what to do. He's going to hit me with this check. I'm going to step back this way. He pins me. I block. Okay. Oh boy. We step back. Now I'm really getting pinned. Now I'm really just lost. We have to take. We got to step over here. 7 seconds against 19. I did not have what it takes. Plain and simple, I did not have what it takes. And I cannot checkmate this guy. He comes in. I lose my bishop. I'm completely lost. I think we've reached my maximum rating in bullet. What we're going to do is we're going to go to blitz. That was not even close. I completely got destroyed. So we're facing a 1300. Maybe I can be slightly more instructive here. And so the goal is to teach you guys how to not play chess. And so we really hope his bishop comes out. Go ahead and do it so I can teach you guys something. Come on. Don't be shy. Go for it. You don't need to spend this much time in your openings, though. Absolutely not. What are you thinking, bro? You got like 13 different moves you can make. Everything makes sense. We're going to defend the pawn in the center because we don't want to go into that same exact line. We're going to confront this bishop looking at our weakest square. So just don't want your bishop looking at that square. We then put my knight here. slightly a strange move. We're going to push this forward because of the open file and a place to put my bishop. And I think we just jump forward. If he takes, we take. He comes here. I think we're going to cut this off. I'm not sure if that was a good move, but that was something a little bit to be afraid of. We're going to just take this. His queen comes out. Going to go ahead and step forward with my queen. And now I'm like, do I castle the same side, or do I just assume that he sucks at chess and we castle opposite, even though it's probably a bad move? This is the moment of the game. Here, I think that hangs this temporarily. But then we defend it with the rook. And we launch. And he pushes his pawn. But then we're quite ready. We're going to slide all the way back with this. We launch a pawn. Here. Here. I don't know what to do here. Take. I can't take. I think we're just gonna go for it. I'm gonna get heavily attacked here, but I can scoot back like this with my bishop, is what we want. So he's gonna take, push. Like, I'm gonna trap my bishop in, but he's gonna like completely lose his bishop. And so now his pawn, we've got the umbrella defense going on. So this completely ruined my bishop. Like, there's no mistake about it. We're gonna just take this. That was the whole purpose of playing literally everything that I played right there. We can push this pawn because it's defended by 3 things. I think we take with the knight. We're attacking this and the knight. He hits us with a brutal check. We step over and we're going to lose this. Essentially, we have to checkmate our opponent now, because we're going to get cooked. So I think we got to remove this defender. Check here. Check here. All the way over. The king could run away. Trade here. What do I do? Am I going to lose to a 1300, bro? We're just going to take a pawn for free. We're going to get checked. We're going to step here. We're going to get checked. We're going to step here. We're going to get checked. We're going to step here. Take, and I think I survive. Okay, don't know what to do, so we're just going to take this. We're going to slide over here so this rook is defended, so that this check, I don't lose it. He can still hit us with a check. It's quite nasty, but we're threatening this. He can defend it like a few different ways, and I have 1 pawn, so I can't actually break this structure open. But this queen kind of sucks, so we're just going to push this. I mean, he can just push, right? And I'm pretty sure he'll be all right. We might step forward to avoid that check. Take your time, buddy. I think I'm going to step forward. Push this to confuse things. I don't want to try and pressure our opponent here on time, but we might have to do so. And something that I realize with my chess, I see this dude as 1300, and it just makes me assume I can do anything that I want. Take. And we're going to take, right? He's going to push. Take. Check. Here. Check. Here. This is a check. What if I step out of it? We step out of it. We're going to lose our rook for nothing, essentially. 24 seconds against 28. If we get down to the 10-second mark, then we might just be having some flags. Check here. I think we're just going to go for this. It's completely losing. But we're going to go for here. He can get in. But oh, I hung the queen. He might not see it. It's a fancy move. He didn't see it. He didn't see it. Now the rook is pinned. Absolutely just got lucky. We're going to step over here. And now we're just going to potentially be able to win this endgame pretty easily. We have a passed pawn as well. We're going to step back here. My king is safe in all endgames from these checks. We're going to give this check. We're going to push this pawn. I think we're just going to push. He can come here, but I pin him again. Now he's pinned to the king. The king has to waste a move moving over. 6 seconds against none. He's got no time. We flag him. New opponent. Drastically climbing up the rating ladder. That wasn't even a good win. That was like, I barely won. I won because the random queen hang in the end of the game. Not proud of it at all. But now we're facing a 16-20 with the Caro Kann. Let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. Exchange variation. We bring the knight. We either pin this. Oh boy, I hate this line. I hope he pushes, because capturing is just not super fun. Let's just pin this knight. Okay. Now that our bishop is outside of this pawn chain, we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to scoot here and kind of maybe hope for all of this. Because I've had this exact structure before. If he takes, we take. He pushes, I step back. That's a weird move. But I don't actually need to do anything. What am I thinking? What if we step back? Did that make any sense? Now his knight can't go here. But now my knight can actually take this. Okay, so he's threatening this. I think more or less we need to take. He can take. I take. He takes. I'm so scared. We throw in a check and make this gosh darn knight move back. This guy is still hanging. If he blocks with this one, actually, it's kind of scary for me. Like if he goes like this, I think I have to take. He takes. I got to do something with my knight. Here, here, here. Okay, so he blocks. We're stepping forward. It's pinned for right now. We're going to take this. I can take, grab. I don't want to be stupid. I'm just going to castle. Definitely don't want to be stupid. Okay. Take, here. Does that make any sense? We jump in. We're attacking the bishop. Bishop's got to move. We go ahead and take this. If he takes with the queen, we're going to bring this rook to defend this pawn in the center. I mean, probably I'm just going to get attacked. I could defend this a few different ways. What is the best? Oh, the knight is hanging. So we're going to just go like this. If he launches a pawn, I can hit him with the check. Is he really trying to get fancy with these pins, bro? I mean, here? What did that do? Absolutely nothing. He can probably just put something behind the pawn and he'll be chilling. And I'm down like so much time on the clock. That got rid of this, right? Now I'm up some pawns, actually. Step like this. He's trying to launch some pawns at me. But we're going to just go ahead and threaten the queen trade. And his queen has to leave this scary diagonal where this checkmate idea is coming in. Okay. And then we move this. We're not hanging checkmate, but we can defend against his super powerful bishop by pushing this pawn because the knight was hanging earlier. We go like this. We attack the queen. Trade this. Attack the queen. I'm so scared. 20 seconds. I think I can survive this. We're going to bring this guy over a little bit. Ooh, okay. Ruined pawn structure, but we're up 2 pawns, so I'm okay with it. And I'm just going to get behind this passed pawn. I think that might be the plan. 15 seconds against 30. I hate getting down to these fliggity flag and end games. We're going to go like this. And we're going to push this. Push. Push. Trade the queens. Eight seconds. Oh, God. We come back. We'll trade this off. We're going to lock it down like so. We're going to do this to make a pass pawn. Here we go. Oh, my God. We're going to step over. Where's he trying to go? We step in. We're going to grab this. He wants to run that way. We're going to make a queen. Oh, my God. 2 seconds. That's not fun. Bro, am all that I'm capable of doing is flagging people? I feel like that's all I'm able to do. I can't checkmate anybody. But am I winning? Yes, completely. How do I win this? I get behind this pass pawn so he can't push it anymore. He's going to have to waste a lot of moves to do this. I can either bring my king or just make a new queen. Probably I'll just make a new queen, and then I just cut him off. And then I just come in and 2 queens versus 3 pawns. 3 pawns is not gonna make it. Unless they're way closer. If they're closer, yes, but these pawns are not close, and the king's got to get out of the way to even do it. Okay, I guess let's just hop into another one. We got to get my rating back. My real rating is supposed to be like 1700 for blitz and then like 1900. So we're facing an 1824. This might be the game where I just completely get smoked. Chess is so difficult. All right, we're going to get this light square bishop out and then close my little pawn chain. We are then going to bring this knight. Maybe we just push this. And I think we're just immediately going to go for this. Take. Uh-huh. I think he's screwing up slightly. I think we're just going to take here. Oh, he jumps in and he attacked a lot of my stuff. That's not super fun. What do I do? We're going here. We're going to get a ruined pawn structure. I'm up a pawn, but now I got a ruined pawn structure. Okay, so he does this. I think I can just jump in, right? What if I hit him with this check? No, no, no. Check. Check. We get the queen almost. He steps back. Go ahead and step back, my friend, because I have another piece ready to hop on into the action. We needed to castle this game, and he did not castle, and I did not castle, and now we've just got a terrifying position. He can block like this. Okay, he wants to just give up the queen. Lickety split. Cool with it. I think just a tempo winning move is we just threaten checkmate like so. And we grab it. Okay, so opponent's mistake in this game was... Where was it? He made this bishop move for no reason. So for one, he made this bishop move that did not address what's going on here. That opens up basically diagonals for my diagonally pieces. And it weakens his pawn structure because once I capture, he's got no way of taking back and he hasn't castled. And this is the most scary diagonal for you. Like, are you kidding me? This is the diagonal that you don't want open. And so We gladly trade like this. He then moved the... Okay, so we can explain a few things. He moves his bishop for no reason, and then he... Bro, if you were going to do that, just do that. In this position, he can just... If he was going to decide that he wanted to take this, he could just take it. Okay? So he didn't need to do all that. Then here, you got to be careful with these open diagonals. That was it. Just watch out for the diagonals. And, you know what? We're on a good note. Let's hop into a rapid game. I'm going to take a deep breath. We're going to explain things a little bit slower. Maybe my face is too bright on this thing. We're going to cover this light slightly. How do I look now? All right. A 1200. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about how to not be 1200 in chess. So we're playing the bishop's opening. E4, E5. You got to study a couple openings. Now, what I did earlier in this video is I brought out the knight. He takes, I take. He hits me with his fork. I have to step back. He takes, I take. He hits me with a pawn. Black has a center. It's not good. So you don't like making a pawn move in the middle like this. You would rather develop your pieces first. But for this specific situation, we don't want to allow all of that nonsense. Okay? It looks like he might even be going for this. So we will be all right by just bringing the knight. If he jumps in, we're just going to castle. If he trades and I get the two pieces, okay. Okay. Now we have a super imbalanced position. It's completely even material. But why did he... If he's going for like some crazy structure that he's went for, if I was him, I would have tried to develop and castle the other way, because look where my king is. That sucks. My king is like doing the attack. So I need to develop some pieces, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. Then... potentially making him push this pawn to kind of dissuade him from pushing it 2 squares and getting this on me is kind of what I'm thinking. So he scoots on over. Makes sense. Potentially, I'm really scared of this rook opening up, so I'm going to just step back like so. Okay. We're going to just trade that off. Do I want to go forward, or do I want to go back and attack this? So if I go forward, I'm attacking this immediately. So I'm not even going to think about it. We are also threatening to do something fancy here. Okay. So he defended this pawn. I can attack his queen yet again. I do have this check. The king will step over. Let's think for a second. What if I just attack the queen? At the very least, I can play this. The queen goes somewhere, and then I grab this. The rook will have to scoot over. Potentially, I'll like do something crazy and win the rook over there. So let's just think. I basically have a lead in development. These pieces basically equal this queen. So I can batter his queen around with tactics and hopefully find something sweet. So this check, only move. This check, I mean, he can just step back. No. He has to take because he's attacking the queen. So check here, check. He captures. We slide up, defending this. Is there anything fancy? I don't want to just win a pawn. That doesn't seem super fun. So I want to sacrifice something. Check, steps over, check. He can't take with this pawn. I'm attacking the queen. He has to take. I bring my queen up here. He could launch and attack my bishop. I step over with check. He steps over. I give him this check. That would be it. Here, 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 here. Queen up here. If he just steps over, I think I'm wasting too much time. We're simply going to attack this queen. I'm sorry for spending so long on that. We're going to check with the computer. I don't think there's anything there. There's no checkmate. He can just step over with the king. After the check, he just takes, I bring my queen, and he would just step over. And like, yes, he's on the scary diagonal and everything. Now, huge attack, okay? We can attack the queen twice, okay? We can attack the queen twice. We can essentially win the rook for free after that. I do have these checks, but he can just capture with the queen, and I'm no longer attacking. So this is the correct move. I fork the queen. The queen can come in here and attack this guy. Yeah, he can attack this guy. I mean, I grab the rook. He grabs this guy. I try and escape. I mean, after that, I will for sure have traded back. I would have a... It would be equal after that. What the heck? Dude is playing resiliently. We attack this queen again, defending the bishop. And we just say, hey, I won a pawn. Does that make any sense? Because if I grab the rook, he grabs my bishop. Maybe I threaten a queen trade. If he trades, I trade. I step forward. What do I do here? Bump, bump, bum. Am I going to be able to save this knight is the winning maneuver. So let's just do this. Don't know what else to do. He's playing instantly as well. So I think we slide in. We slide in. If he comes back like this, I'm just going to slide back again to defend this. So if he comes like this, if he steps off of this diagonal, I mean. Okay. We take. He takes. My knight gets into the mix. Okay. Is this pawn super scary? No. Operation, I want to save my knight. So we bring the knight out. Coming back here, we'll also attack this pawn. King to the corner. Bro, no idea. We're going like this. Okay. We take here, the rook takes, we fork these two pieces. The rook has to come back. I take this, the rook comes over here. I think we're chilling. So, we take. Oh, we fork these guys? He could just like try and get real active here and lose the bishop for free, but just his rook alone is not going to do any damage. Okay, so he just loses this for free. We're going to go ahead and take it. This pawn push is not scary. If he attacks us, we just step back out. Yeah. So immediately, I'm just going to put my rook behind. I didn't need to do that, but this is his only asset other than his rook. And so we don't want it doing no nonsense. So we can take. If he pushes, we just take. If he takes, we take. So it's just not going to work. He traded off his last active piece. This is not going to work because the rook defends that square. The rook was doing more than just blocking the push. It was also defending this entire back rank. That is what rooks do, my friend. So he takes. He's got a queen. Okay. Now we take a pawn. We threaten this pawn. We take it. We push this pawn. We get the knight out of the way. We push. We always make sure he's got legal moves in the position. We're going to push. Okay. He could very well resign. These two pawns are not going to get past these two pawns. So we're going to go ahead and make a queen. Important to note that it doesn't cut off any squares on the diagonal because the bishop already did that. And so now we're just going to give some checks. It doesn't need to be 100% accurate. We're going to check him here. He scoots back here. Okay. We threaten checkmate here. He has legal moves with the pawns. And he can't get out of this. So we're going to go ahead and give that checkmate. Just because stuff was happening over here didn't mean that I had to actually address it. And so I think that was good enough. We're going to go through real quick and I'm going to explain some stuff. First, we're going to check how accurately did I play. I was supposed to be able to play more accurately, but there's a few basic principles. 97% accurate. Oh boy, 1 inaccuracy. What was that? I spent so long trying to calculate what was the correct line there. And still, our opponent played 90% accurate, 3 inaccuracies and 3 mistakes. That is crazy that I was able to just like force a victory out of that. Like, okay, never mind. I played 7% more accurate. So 1 inaccuracy the entire game. What was it? Oh, dear Lord. It was this move. I was supposed to jump back and defend in this. But the difference is 4.8. And I need to change the scene. And this is, ooh. Because Operation Save the Knight could have become, okay, I played the best move here. But he comes back and he just gets the knight. Yeah, the Operation Save the Knight. I didn't even consider the queen coming back and attack. I'm still doing quite well because after all of that, like after this, my pieces are active. He gets the knight, but I have this for 1. So let's just say I don't have that. I'm still doing quite well. He's got an isolated pawn. It's impossible to defend. I'm going to harass that. I've got a very solid pawn structure. And so I'm going to check this with the computer, and I will actually analyze it with you guys there. And here we are in the analysis, and you better believe we're not going to analyze any of those bullet or blitz games. My little pep talk after the games was good enough, and so I think that I'm undefeated so far, other than that bullet game. I got cooked, absolutely cooked, deep fried. This game, I think I already just went over this. I don't know if you could actually see what was going on down here, but 97% accurate, 1 inaccuracy, and the reason for that is Operation Save the Knight was never going to work. And so let's just hop on into this without the computer, and I'll explain some stuff. Okay, here, I explained this quite well. The reason you don't bring the knight is because what happened to me in the other game. So just because you know the opening and you have studied it doesn't mean you're going to play it. Sometimes you know what I mean? I know this position, and sometimes I still play this in fast games. In a long game, I have time to think about it. But in a fast game, sometimes I just throw the pieces out and make a mistake. And so what good is studying openings if you don't even play the openings that you know? And so this inaccuracy. He has moved the knight once. He has now moved the knight twice. I'm ready to castle. And if he trades here, it's just not great for him. It's equal material, but it's not so good. And so we go ahead and we castle. He takes. This is a mistake because we take. Now, I basically have a bishop and a knight for a rook. So whichever rook you want to consider it. The way he wins this game is he pushes his bishop on the light square, attacking this side, and he castles this way and launches these pawns. That is how he wins. He wins this by attacking, because castling same side essentially signifies that we're going to struggle and fight out for an endgame, and I'm just better in the endgame. Like, if we trade everything off and it's just my bishop and my knight versus 1 rook, I'm pretty much going to win every time because I have 2 pieces. So I can like lock down a pawn with my bishop, and then my knight can go harass stuff, and I can attack like so many things at once. You know what I mean? A rook can attack 4 things at once. You know, say the rook's here, it can go 1, 2, 3, 4. The knight can attack 8 things, and the bishop can attack 4 things. So we're looking at 12 things in the position that I can attack and also defend, however you want to look at it. So we get some pieces. He was supposed to do this because maybe pinning this is the right idea, whatever. I scoot my king back. Let's turn on the computer. What are these best moves? Scooting the king back is one of the best moves, simply because he has this pawn break. If I take, the rook gets in, my king is on the same file as the enemy rook. So one thing that you want to do is you want to line your rooks up. So say I had castled this way and had a rook here. You want to line your rooks up like that. And if ever you have a rook here looking at the queen or a rook here looking at the king, step off of that file, because the files are going to open up at some point in the game and you don't want to be forced to step off it. Do it voluntarily. Don't make the opponent check you or threaten your queen and make you react to their moves, because then you lose time, and time is important. Okay? We step back. Now, these are the best moves. King over. Never would have played any of these moves. Never in my life. But this pin is scary, so he wants to step off and launch this pawn, then activate this rook. So actually this king stepping over makes sense why it's the best move, because right now he can't even move this pawn. So we go ahead. We take, jump to the middle. I had the option here to step back or step forward. Stepping forward and attacking something is generally better as long as you have a way to get back out. So you don't want to jump in to the position. if you don't have great like getting out of the position ideas, or you're just dead set on your piece is going to die killing something. So this, I'm not dead set on dying and killing anything, so I want to make sure I can get back out. Now I'm supposed to just get crazy active with the queen. One of the best moves, but I'm supposed to get super active with the queen. Fair enough. If you can put your queen close to the enemy king, it's generally a good idea. That's just a simple thing. We attack, he steps back, we hit him with the fork, and I'm supposed to defend, then he steps over, then I attack the queen again. Ooh. Then I'm attacking the queen. I see it now. We come here, defend this. Then he has to move the rook. Then I step back, attacking the queen, but also attacking this rook with the bishop. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Didn't see it. Mistake by me. Mistake by me. And I spent a considerable amount of time thinking about what to do here. And I decided, you know what? We're going to grab this rook. He's going to grab this. I'm going to step in and maybe save my knight somehow. It was never going to happen because he can just go back. And my knight is never getting out. So if he did play this, potentially one of my best moves would be like ruin the pawn structure. And then I'm only slightly winning, but he's got 3. Look at all these pawn islands. I don't even know how to count. Look at all these pawn islands. He's got 3 if you want to count this as 1. And you want to count this as 1. When he's got some screwed up pawns, just long story short. So he trades. We trade. Now he has a passed pawn, but is completely useless. And essentially, he has to take back. And then this move made 0 sense. You want to do something about this knight, okay? You want to do something about this knight. That's all I got to say. So we trade. Now my knight gets out. King steps over. That was the best move like 10 moves ago, but now it is just simply not. He still wants to push this pawn because the pin on the king with the pawn makes sense. Now, we're attacking this. We simply take. He takes. Now, generally what's better? Trading your knight for a bishop equally, or just winning a piece for free, winning a pawn for free. Winning the pawn is actually better because if I jump in and he comes back and I take, essentially we just traded evenly, which isn't good for me. It is good for me in this position, but if this was a different position, you always want to look at it. It's like, what's better, winning the bishop or winning a pawn for free? Like, what's better, trading the knight for the bishop, completely even trade, or just straight up winning a pawn? Straight up winning a pawn is better because this is -3 +3. This is +1 -0. Also tempo attacking the rook. So whatever. I am a human and I played this because plain and simple, I'm going to win this game getting his pieces off the board. So that's why I played this. He should have done a few different things. He could get active with the rook, but I can just step back and defend. This bishop never even got to move, so this knight is actually probably worth more than this bishop at this point because he can't even do anything, and my knight can do things. Either way, we trade. We're in this position. We block. This idea just doesn't work. It's the best move, it said. This doesn't even make sense because I can simply take, and then he can't push the pawn because my rook will just slide back. And if he takes here, my king takes. So that whole idea didn't work. Now we're in this endgame. He can essentially resign. But the easiest way that you do this is my outside passed pawn. His king is not anywhere near being able to stop this pawn. The only thing stopping this pawn are these pawns. So you get rid of them. You take it. You move around. We're attacking this. He could essentially move forward, but I can like step here and then he moves forward and then I force a trade of whatever. You get rid of these pawns. Now this is an outside passed pawn. All you got to do is simply move it forward. Yes, he's going to win these pawns, but it actually makes my life easier the more pawns he captures because it opens up the files for my queen. Okay, we check. He steps back. I bring my knight. We're threatening checkmate here. He can't move the king anywhere, so essentially you have to be very worried. This is stalemate if he doesn't have these pawns. If these pawns don't exist, it's stalemate because he can't move anywhere with his king. So you got to be careful, but he has legal moves, lots of them. So he goes ahead and he makes one of those legal moves, and we hit him with checkmate. Boom. One thing that I don't understand is why does Lichess say checkmate in 1, checkmate in 1, checkmate in 1, but the bishop is the best one? They're all checkmate in 1. I don't understand. Maybe is this the coolest looking one? I don't know. I like the kiss of death with the queen. When you can get the queen to touch the king, it's normally the kiss of death, unless nothing's defended and he takes your queen. All right. That was probably enough of your time. Thank you so much for watching me. Hopefully, I'll be able to get my elo back to what it's supposed to be. My bullet elo is probably a little higher than what it's supposed to be, so I'm going to suffer some losses, indubitably. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already to my channel, please do so. I love you. I will love you forever, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much, and bye.